Hi everyone, my name is Ivy Ikpeme-Mbakwem and I'm the author of A Bouquet from the Flames, where I share my DIY, journey on self-healing. It's my story and it's a good one. All right, so today the topic of my share is the 8 things you can control in your healing journey. The 8 things you can control in your healing journey. And I will be reading from the 10th chapter of A Bouquet from the Flames. And the title of that chapter is The Beginnings of Gain. I read 10% of life is made up of what happens to you, and 90% of life is decided on how you react. We truly have no control over 10% of what happens to us. That's the 90-10 principle from Stephen Covey. We truly have no control over the 10% of what happens to us. That means that when someone breaks your heart, you have no control over that. When you're laid off at work, you have no control over that. When you're disappointed by promises that have been made to you, you have no control over that. When you lose someone dear, you have no control over that. What you have control over is everything else which is in you, the 90%. So you can see how you play a really huge part in your healing journey. So I will share these 8 things with you. The first is your thinking. Your thinking. Proverbs 23:7 tells us that as a man thinks in his heart, I will just add a little, which is connected to the mind, so is he. So is he. Yes, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So he is. What is the quality of your thoughts? What do you ponder on? What questions are you asking yourself when things happen to you? What influences do you allow to control your thinking? You've got to think about it. The second, and you know what's going to happen? I'm going to take thinking as a different share. I want to break it down, to share my wisdom on thinking when it comes to healing. The second is your emotions. Oh, yes, you can control your emotions. Every time we hear about emotional intelligence, is training on emotional intelligence, yes, because it's possible for you to manage your emotions. If you can manage something, you can definitely control it. The third is your attitude. Attitude, they say, is everything, right? Attitude is everything. And if attitude is everything, that means you should be able to control your attitude towards everything that's going on around you, towards the 10%. The fourth is your behavior. Your behavior. How are you behaving when all this has happened to you? What's your body language? Your behavior. The fifth is your feelings. Your feelings. How are you feeling about this thing? And feeling is also something that can be controlled through choice. The sixth is your circle of influence. Your circle of influence. Oh, yes, your circle of influence is external, they're your friends. But they say that the wise have said that we are the sum total of the 5 people that we spend our time with, right? So that means that the people that we spend our time with kind of like add to who we are, add to what we have inside. They influence what we think based on what they say, their values. So, who is in your circle of influence? The seventh is your words, the words that you utter about yourself. Even the words that you utter about that situation. Words are powerful, words are life. And the good book also tells us that words can lead to death. So, what are your words? And the eighth is your reaction. What is your reaction after you have experienced the setback, the heartbreak, the layoff, the loss? Your reaction is your response to that which has happened. So, these are things I'm leaving you to ponder on. And as you ponder on them, it's important that you also rate how you are doing in each of those areas based on your healing journey and the things that you've gone through. So, one thing I want us to know is that there is no day, no matter where we are right now, we are all getting some disappointment, some heartbreak. Some people have suffered several heartbreaks, um, loss of jobs, loss of someone who's dear to us. These things happen, and we will never have control over them. No, what we would have control over is ourselves, is our choices. So I would look forward to sharing with you again on thinking, but what I would like to say is you need to buy this book. It's an interesting book. It's um, it's a book that you should actually read. You can buy it in Nigeria. Just go to my bio and you'll see a link that takes you direct to where you can buy it. And also you can, if you're in, all over the globe, wherever you are, you can also go on Amazon and you can buy it from there as well. All right, guys, I would be saying goodbye right now till we see again.